Welcome into Tavern Takes, the Masters preview special. A tradition unlike any other. Today I have with me first-time guest, longtime friend, Cody. Why don't you tell him a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Long time listener, first time caller, whatever they say. Appreciate you having me on. Like Cole said, I'm Cody. I'm this friend group's I guess I'll call a resident golf
Expert.
addict, expert. I don't know, whichever word you want to use. I wouldn't say expert because I'm not that good all the time. Every once in a while, I'll piece something together. But yeah, love golf. Golf addict is the word I guess I'll go with. Outside of golf, from a sports perspective, a little mixed bag of fandoms. I suppose it's Milwaukee Bucks first and foremost, but from the NFL, I am a Ravens fan, which living in Wisconsin, much like Cole can be good sometimes, can be not so good sometimes. It's kind of tough to be amongst the Packer crowd 24/7 and support a team that may not be the Packers first and foremost, but love the Bucks, love the Ravens, and yeah, golf is the best sport there is. So all those fandoms aside, golf is what I'm here for. So happy that you invited me to be on here to talk a little bit about the Masters, and it's officially here. Tomorrow's the day. I can't wait.
I know I got class tomorrow, and I'd be lying if I said to you I wasn't on my phone and or laptop going to be following the groups when I am not taking exams. So definitely love this time of year. We kick off the majors, get going with this. It's my favorite time of year to get into golf, start playing it, and let's rattle this away here, my friend.
Yeah,
So
no, this is great.
let's
This time of year just makes me so giddy, man. I mean, you go right from March Madness, kind of like a little lull for a week or so, and then you jump right into this. Summer's coming around the corner. You get to watch this. Oh, it's the
and you
best.
get to
It's the
start
best.
playing. You get to start
Yes,
playing and
exactly.
everything. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. For most of us in Wisconsin, I should say, and the rest of the
yes.
lucky people get to play year round. When I eventually become rich or never become rich, I will retire to Arizona.
Oh, we're one parlay away at all times. Just never forget that.
Well, always one parlay away. Speaking of parlays, let's get into this. Let's get into this Masters thing a little bit here. I think the best place for us to start, instead of winners right off the bat, is definitely to go into the make the cut, miss the cut. And as you can see on our screen here, I have the to miss the cut, which I think is the thing we will more focus on here. And we talked about this a little off air. The Max Homa one is the one that surprises me, and you follow golf a little more than I do. And you were speaking to how he has not been playing very well this year.
No,
So you know what? He
I think
just
I think that's the
missing
luck. To be
cuts.
honest with you, I mean, he's been out
Ooh,
of form kind of from top to bottom. I mean, he had a pretty good season, kind of tailing into the last year a bit, and then the hype was there leading into this year. It kind of seemed like pieces were all kind of coming together, and it just has not amounted to much of that. I think he's withdrawn either once or maybe a couple times already in tournaments he's played in, and missed a handful of cuts as well. Yeah, I love the guy. I mean, Max Homa is a cool dude. I enjoy cheering for him and everything. He's a easy to root for kind of guy, but from where he's playing right now, going to Augusta, I mean, I do not hate picking Max Homa not to be there on the weekend whatsoever. 165, what is that, minus 165,
I
166? Yeah,
believe it is actually minus 166.
I'm,
As
I
a
can I can see that.
You can see it as a resident, follows the majors, kind of follows the other stuff. Don't really follow the live, tune in when I can, type of guy. seeing Max Homa on that, kind of very surprising. But like you just said, I guess the more you know when you're talking about this stuff, the better it is when you're gambling, especially on a on a major like this. Also, before we go too much further, I completely forgot. Are you still taking entries? What's the cutoff date for your
Yeah,
group here?
no, yeah. So we are still taking entries. I tell a lot of folks end of day Wednesday, but ultimately, as long as it's done before they officially tee off on Thursday morning, which I think is right around. It's early. It's like 6:40 in the
Mm.
morning Central Time.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah. Yeah,
so
it's pretty
if
much closed at this point.
yeah, if I mean, unless you're up at 5 a.m. Trying to do this stuff, I think Cole, what you're alluding to is I run a masters pool. It's $20 to get in. It's a pretty straightforward setup, right? You pick one person to win outright. Can be anybody that you want, and then you also put together a team of 4 people, and it can also be any 4 people, with the one caveat being one of those 4 people has to be outside of the top 25 official world golf rankings. So you can pick the top 3 players in the world if you want. You can pick just complete random people if that's who you're feeling for this given weekend. It's totally up to you. But as long as one person's outside that top 25, you can put a team together and send it over to me. I'll get you in. It's broken out into 2 pools as well. Right. So with the outright winner being one pool, the team pool being the other one. If nobody picks the outright winner, though, which has happened, I believe, every single time that I've put this together so far. So I think 4 years straight now, nobody's picked the right winner. The money from that pool gets put back into the team pool, and then it's paid out that way instead. But yeah, if anybody listening would like to join, in the bottom there is my x.com handle. Don't want to misspeak there. X.com, the everything app. You can feel free to send me that listing as well, and we can get you in and join in on the fun for that.
Yeah, if anyone sees that, and I'll have you at the end of the pod here. I'll have you shout out where they can find you everywhere. So we'll get to that too. Back to the cut. Is there anyone else in the plus odds, maybe, or kind of on that
Right on the
even
fence.
odds? Yeah, like minus 108, 110, or something like anyone you see in here that catches your eye for the folks to maybe make some money early on to not make the cut. And if you need me to
Right.
scroll, let me know.
Now, you can stay right there. My first easy one
And
is Dustin Johnson. And that might just be me being a hater, but the guy has officially shipped it since he's gone to live. I mean, don't get me wrong. At one point in time, he was the number 1 player in the world. He abandoned ship for the money, and that's a personal choice. I respect that entirely. It's you got to do what's best for you, but those guys are used to playing 54 holes, not 72, and he got the bag he was pursuing. Good for him. He's set for life, but I think golf has kind of taken maybe a back seat in terms of priorities for what he's doing. I think he
oh
was
yeah, he's all
plus
about that
money.
money.
I think he was plus money to miss the cut. That would be my surefire one. I don't think he. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago he withdrew. I'm not totally sold on Dustin Johnson making that one either.
My early plus odds person as I'm scrolling through here would be Charles. Well, I guess it's Charles
Yeah.
Schwartzel. That would be
Yeah.
my guy. That is, correct me if I'm wrong, he won in 2011, right?
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
guy. It's South African. Yep, that won in 2011. Feel like I haven't heard from him in a while. I know he's on the Live Tour. I'm not sure how he's golfing on the Live Tour.
I have a hard. I know it's always fun to have that conversation in the Masters. Like, well, can a live guy win? Can a live guy win? And don't get me wrong, they have come very close. I mean, John Rahm won it 2 years ago now. Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, they always have some guys in the mix, but if you're gonna kind of pick a middle of the pack live guy, yeah, I'd lean more so towards being comfortable saying they won't make the cut. It's usually your premier, just household name guys on live that you're looking at for making the cut. And I don't, for me personally, Charles Schwartzel is not a household name for your casual golf fan. Maybe. So,
No.
I like that one too.
All right, now I'm gonna challenge you a little here with this this cut thing before we move along. Give me somebody plus 200 or better to miss the cut. I got it. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. If you need a little help, let me know someone in that group that you could see missing the cut.
Oh, it's funny because even that list you got right there, there's a guy on that list that I have listed as a potential winner of the Masters.
Oh,
I could also see him missing the cut, and that guy would be Jordan Spieth.
I agree with that.
If you watch Jordan Spieth play, that is you strap in for an 18-hole experience when you watch Jordan Spieth play golf. It is the biggest roller coaster you'll ever be on. The guy can get up and down, as the old guys would say. He can get up and down from a ball washer, and he's just spectacular around the course. And then he'll hit these shots that you're like, I could do that. Like, I can go out to my local Muni course and I can hit some of these exact same shots. It's just absolutely insane how crazy. And normally he does shoot right around par, or he'll have a great round and he'll avoid some of those bad ones. But if his game isn't there for a couple of days, I could easily see him being outside the cut line by the end of Friday, for sure. Just looking at somebody else. Oh, I mean,
I see another one right along the lines that you were just about to say, and it's Justin Thomas. I kind of feel like those two. Thomas is a little more consistent, but I feel like those two are two peas in a pod when it comes to. They're either really good. Oh, well, I guess. Hold on. They're really good, average, or like just. There's no like. Oh, we had a just below or above par day. It's either 5 under, even par, or 12 over. Like there's no like sort of a bad day. And I know that sounds weird because those three are you get what I'm saying. It's a weird thing to say, but they're not just like 1 or 2 over. They're like 9 over. And then they'll come back. Go ahead.
Right. No, when it's bad, it's awful. But when it's great, it's spectacular golf. And you're just kind of like, I mean, anybody who golfs knows that any given day, it could be your day and it could very well not be your day, right? Like that's always a possibility when you're out there. But they are very much two people that are prone to have those giant swings. And if it falls on a Thursday or Friday, or if to that point, if they have one really bad day, will they have enough in the tank to overcome that the following day, or whatever the case might be, to get them back inside the cut line? It's tough at Augusta. People, the way they talk about this course and how all the tour players rant and rave about it, but it's also just an insanely difficult course. The way they have it set up for these guys is just absolutely unbelievable. So if you dig yourself too big a hole, good luck getting yourself out of it.
I feel like I have seen Justin Thomas do that. Like he's 9 over on Thursday and then shoots like an effing 65 the next day. And it's like, how does this happen? like you ask yourself, how does it happen? But as people who golf, you know how it happens because golf is the most infuriating sport the average man can play. Take that. Golf is.
It's fun because you go out there and you come in with the highest hopes pretty much every time you hit the course. You're like, this could be a great day. 9 times out of 10, it's not. You leave more ticked off than you were when you showed up, and yet somehow, us being the psychos that we are, like that was a good day. I had fun. I got ticked off for 4.5 hours, and I call that a great day. I'm happy that I did that. Like, what other instance in life where you're like, yeah, I just got pissed for 4 hours straight. That was awesome. I can't wait to do it tomorrow. Like, it's insane. I don't know.
Not only that, and half the time you paid like $70 to go do it.
Yeah. I gave someone else my money to go get ticked off, and I can't wait to probably do that again either tomorrow or in a day or two. It's insane, but I'm addicted to it, and a lot of people are. And I mean, the fun thing is that yours, my skill level, it's essentially the same thing for these guys too. Like, we're never going to be out there playing Augusta by any means, but like they go through the exact same stuff we do, just at a much higher pressured level, and that's what makes the game so fun.
For those in our audience that you were alluding to, they make Augusta very hard. For those in our audience or whoever that will eventually watch this when it's not live, what would the average Joe? Well, let's put it this way: what is your handicap? Would you consider yourself a scratch golfer?
No, I'm according to the WSJ, I'm a 5 handicap. So on average, I should probably break 80, but I am not scratched by any means.
What would you shoot at Augusta?
On
18.
On 18, if I played from, well, could I play like could I play the senior teams?
Play the whites. The whites, as we call it.
The whites, so you probably knock off, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 yards off of where they're playing from. I would say if I broke 100, that would be the best day of my life. I'd say I could shoot somewhere between, if I could go from 100 and 190, somewhere in that range. But I would also totally like not be shocked if I went and fired off a 120, and I'd be like, yep, yeah, that sounds about right. Like that. I mean, the hardest part, for one of the cool things about that course that makes it so fun to watch, is just the greens and like the undulation, the shape, and on top of all the hills and all the stuff they have on the greens, it's how freaking fast they are. Just lightning. I mean, you watch some of these guys talking, like some of their interviews, it's like the average person that goes out has no idea what speed on a green truly is until you've seen what Augusta is. So like, I'm admittedly not a great putter. That's usually probably what, like, if it's outside of like 15 feet, I'll be okay with the 2-putt type thing. I can't even fathom how fast some of those things got to be moving. When, I mean, you watch them. Even I was watching the par 3 contest today. Rory McIlroy's kid, she basically breathed on the ball. It started to look like she just like kind of nudged it. It went down the hill. It went 20 some feet, and she made the putt. I'm like, you're not going to see that in a handful of other courses. You're not going to see that anywhere else but that. And that's what makes it so cool from there. And so for me, that's a downside of my game. Augusta would probably kick my rear end if I played out there for that. The one cool thing too that I've always enjoyed as a little fun fact is that on top of the greens being just damn near impossible, like one little, to me, like a slap in the face, is they intentionally mow the fairways back into the players to eliminate some of the extra roll that they get off their tee shots. So like the grass is bent back towards where you're teeing off from, just so that when it hits, it doesn't bounce as far as a fairway that's mowed away from you with the grass bent down. It just doesn't skip. It hits into some friction, so it actually takes less like roll off of your tee shot. It's like, cool. This course wasn't hard enough. I'd really appreciate if you didn't let my ball roll out an extra 20 yards. Like, I mean, they set it up to be hard, and that's what makes this such a fun tournament.
So let's move on to we're gonna do I'm gonna have you throw together a 3-person parlay. I'm gonna have you pick 2 to finish in the top 5 and I will scroll down to show more of the odds. And then one of them to finish in the top 10. And on the right side of the screen where it says bet slip empty, you will be able to see the odds if you are so inclined to be somewhere to bet it on FanDuel. Make every moment more. Not a sponsor. Could be in my wildest dreams.
Should
But
be.
I'm gonna have you throw together. I'm gonna have you throw together a pick 2 to finish in the top 5 here. So I'm showing you those odds right now.
Yep.
And then I'll show you the top 10 after that. So you give me a name, I'll find it. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Top 5. I mean, well, let's start with a safe one. Give me Scotty. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not locked in, hell bent on him going to be a winner, but I love him being top 5. Another one, I'm going to go just because he had a really good showing last year. Give me Ludwig Oberg.
There he is.
Right below Bryson, right below Brandy Champy.
Yep.
There he is. Yep.
Right, Brandy
All right,
Champy.
then you need a top 10.
Yep, I'm gonna give you those odds in a second here. I just had to get rid of the top 10 odds or top 5 odds. All right, here are the top 10 odds.
All right. Well, we'll do a little tip of the cap to our live folks and just toss me in some Brooks Koepka. I'd love a Brooksy top 10 finish.
So say you placed $50 on that parlay. That is $50 to win $1,850.
Yes. If you want to get rich right now, just ride along.
I'm gonna say that's actually like really good money for what I would call a pretty safe bet.
Yep.
I mean,
my biggest concern out of there, and the odds show it, is going to be that Ludwig one, right? I mean, he started out pretty good this year. I'd say okay. I mean, he had a very stellar 2024, and like I said, he did really well at last year's Masters. Hasn't been super, I guess from a confidence perspective, all there this year so far. But I mean, he's battle tested in the sense that he's shown that he can do it before here at Augusta, and I think that having that confidence that you've been able to get around here for 72 holes before, that's huge. That's kind of the one thing that some players may or may not have. And if you can just kind of channel that for one weekend, heck yeah, I can easily see him being top 5.
So take this from someone who does not know nearly as much about golf as Cody does, but mine to finish top 5 would be Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele. Oh, in the top 5. And then if Tiger wasn't dead, I'd pick him top 10. He's not actually dead for the record, but rest
Might as
in
well
peace.
be from a golf perspective. I was really happy when you brought me on and asked about this, that like honestly for my own sanity that he was not playing this year, because I would have been on my high horse up on my soapbox screaming that for sure he's gonna be top 20. I do it every year. I get my heart ripped out ever since he won it 6 years ago now already, but every year I'm like, this is the year. He's figured it out. He's playing a little bit more leading up to this. He's fine, and then he's playing in the first group on Saturday because he squeaked into the cut line or whatever. So I'm very glad he didn't make it for my own sake for this show right now.
I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that once every, I'd say about 2 to 3 months, I find myself on YouTube rewatching, because you can find it very easily, the Sunday at the Masters that he won. I will watch that
recent one. Oh yeah.
That 2019 one. I will watch the full 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not. I love it.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Tiger, man.
Start to finish, it was fantastic. But honestly, if you're looking to condense your time, if you start at hole 12, oh my god, that's probably the best 2 hours that you'll ever spend watching a golf tournament. Is when Molinari dunked it on 12, try
Yep.
to hit it on. And from there, it was just the game was on, and it was crazy. I mean, you couldn't write a better script than that right
I'll
there. It
never
was
forget.
dude,
I'll never forget watching it live when Molinari dunked it on 12. I'm like, oh my god, like he might actually do this. Like that's
yeah,
awesome.
yep.
Um,
Him, I think it was
so
what him, Finau, and him. Yeah, Tiger,
did,
Tony Finau,
did you?
and Francesco.
Yeah, they also do that. There's like an hour special where they sit down with Tiger, Molinari, and Finau, and just listening to Tony Finau, like step back, like that dude could have won his first major that day, right? Because he hasn't won a major.
Yeah.
And he still sat there in awe of Tiger and was like happy for Tiger. Like seeing another grown man that excited for his own downfall, essentially.
Yeah.
It's just kind of shows you what Tiger did for this sport and how many people
Yeah.
idolized him.
Yep, I know there are plenty of heavily opinionated folks about Tiger. I know there's a recurring guest of podcast that has a very strong opinion going the other way, but
wait, who is that?
Sawyer.
Oh, really? Sawyer's not a big Tiger guy?
Sawyer's a very anti-Tiger guy. That's very on brand, in my opinion. But you separate the art from the artist, and you respect what he's done from the game, and can't beat it.
It's like Tom Brady. It's like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You can hate his guts. You can hate him for the heartache that he's caused your team. See this flag in the background. Although it wasn't really Brady's fault. Russ threw a pick on the one, but whatever. Different sport. You got to respect greatness.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. Care what you've done.
Might not want to let a Tiger get behind the wheel of a vehicle, but you can respect what he's done on a golf course. That's what I got to say.
Hey, he's just taking a nap. He got tired in a couple minutes.
Freaking chauffeur guy must have showed up late or something. That's not his fault. You gotta go where you gotta go.
It's not like he got in a white Bronco and tried to.
Right. Yeah. Come on. Let's keep these things where let's keep it all relative here. Come
on. You can see my parlay on the side. I went Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele to finish top 5, Colin Morikawa to finish top 10. $50 wins you about $4,000.
Bang.
And this is where I go back to Wisconsin needs to make gambling legal because I would throw $50 on that parlay in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kurt says 28. Kurt's watching 28-3. I love Tiger. Oh, okay. So let's round it out. Let's round it out with one bet, I guess, to win the majors here or to win the Masters. Who is your pick?
Oh boy. You want like how safe do you want me to get here? Because I got out.
Okay.
I got
let's do it this way. Give me a guy who is gambling the last $50 he has to win the majors bet. Give me a guy who's like, I got some money, but kind of want a bigger plus odds guy to win a little more money. And give me a billionaire throwing a bet down who just wants to make insane money.
All right. I can do that. All right. So for the safe guy, the guy who's this might decide if he eats or doesn't tonight.
Yeah, this guy's eating ramen noodles right now for dinner.
Yep. Gotcha. So he's hoping to not have to eat ramen again.
Yep.
I hate this. I'm gonna preface this by saying I hate it, and it's almost one of those things where it's like I've just been so enthralled with watching him fall short every single time that I don't want to pick this, but I think it honestly, against my better judgment, it might be his year. It's going to be Rory.
Okay.
He won the Players. I mean, he played decent in his other tournaments leading up to this. He's so due. He's crapped it away time and time again, and he's come so close. And he's a no-show here, but I think this year might be his year. So for the safe guy, give me Rory.
I'll give you my safe guy real quick. I gotta think the Liv gets a Masters. I'm gonna go John Rahm to come back.
Yeah,
I feel like he plays this course well. That's my ramen noodle. I call it a ramen noodle express. Yeah. So a low key sidebar. There's a college football podcast that I listen to, the Josh Pate show. He's a CBS guy, and someone DM'd him one night, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm eating ramen. I need you to give me a parlay that helps me not eat ramen." So now every week he gives out the ramen noodle express. So I always thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, my ramen noodle express pick is John Rahm. Give me
I don't hate that either.
Give me your I got some money, but would really like to make some money here.
Okay.
And I'll scroll down.
Keep scrolling down here a little bit. I gotta see. I got two people. I want to make sure that the one I'm picking is actually higher or lower. Okay. Yeah, they're kind of in the same scope, actually. I mean, they're definitely different odds, but give me I got some money, and I don't mind spending it. Let him cook, the chef, Minwoo Lee, plus 5,500.
Minwoo Lee, let's go.
Let him cook, Dr. Chipinski.
All right,
he tried to lose it a few weeks ago. He tried to lose that tournament a few weeks ago, but he did hold off. He did hold off some top guys, even though he tried his best not to win that tournament. He still did, so he might still have it.
Give me in this I have some money and I want to make some. Give me the Z spot in the words of Bill Simmons and Joel House. Oh. Give me Willie Zalatoris plus 6,000, baby.
Not terrible.
Right, now give me your I have funny money, and I'm just throwing this bet down to maybe make some money.
See if we get it. Okay. Let's just keep scrolling a little bit if we're gonna get really wild with it. I got it.
Ooh, I actually just saw a name I kind of like.
All right. Let's see.
Need me to keep going?
No, we can go back up. I mean,
I got two names I kind of like for that one.
Yeah. Who do you got? You go first. I'll let you say. You pick this one first. I'll tell you.
I'll give you the two names I like here. Give me some Sahith.
Yep.
Shout out Bob Does Sports. Bobby, I know he doesn't have Sahith on, but Sahith always the old videos of Robbie Berger from Bob Does Sports, where he goes to these not majors but PGA events, and he's like just starts yelling random things to the golfer. Sahith was always cracking a smile. Give me Sahith, and then give me Matt Fitzpatrick. Get a second major here.
Okay. Don't hate that either. So for this one, like I said, it's more on the, I guess if you want to consider plus 8,000 erring on the side of caution. Again, we got fun money for this one though, right? I like Akshay Bhatia. Dude's a string.
I don't hate the Tony Finau thing either.
Dislocated his shoulder celebrating once. As a person who's also dislocated his shoulder doing random things throughout his life, I can appreciate that. He's always got a place in my heart for being just a skinny dude that is crazy good at golf and has weird physical ailments like that. That's one that I don't hate that one at plus 8,000, but if you scroll down, there's some more.
Well, should we do a Should we do like the real? We'll call this one like the sick bastards pick or something.
Yeah, you got to
Like
be you got to have
degenerate to make this
a
pick.
few screws loose to even try to think about doing this one.
Oh, Homa
We're getting
plus 30,000.
scroll back up. I don't have that many screws loose. Holy crap. That's
Plus
insane.
30,000.
I don't hate. He just won last week. I despise watching him golf because he's the slowest golfer to ever exist.
Oh, please tell me you're not going to say who I think you're going to say.
The Harmonator, Brian Harmon.
Okay, I can give you that. I thought you were going to say Patrick Reed.
No. Brian Harmon waggles about 15 times too many before taking any given golf shot. It's infuriating to watch from a pace of play perspective when that's one of the biggest
Issues
pain
with
points
golf.
in the game right now is like, can we just speed it up a little bit? Like, and I get you're playing for millions of dollars. Like, I'm not playing the same, but I get annoyed at my local course when you're not when you're lining up your 4-footer and you're playing for 50 cents a hole with your buddy. Like, this isn't for the green jacket, dude. Chill out. It still ticks me off watching him do it when he's playing at Augusta. It's infuriating, but he had a really good week last week at the Valero. If he keeps up that form, he's already a major winner at one point as well too. So he's proven he can done it, or he's proven he can do it before. Wouldn't entirely shock me if he did it again.
I gotta say, shout out B Kurt, who said the Minwoo Legion when you picked him in the chat. And also, Kurt would like to say Corey Connors for a long shot, which I don't hate either. What was his number? I feel like that was
going with a Canadian, huh?
I feel like that was plus 6,000. I mean, I don't hate that at all. All right.
Sorry.
Before I let you get out of here, since I know I brought you on here to talk golf, but as someone who's not on the pod very much, I got to ask you what you think about the Ravens draft this year before I let you go. Where you think old Johnny's going?
Old John and Eric. Oh boy. Well, so what we need is we probably need some more help in the secondary, because the whole Marcus Peters thing went to kaput. But we do have Kyle Hamilton. I don't hate that, but we can never. It seems like we just are addicted to having 3 million cornerbacks on our roster. I don't know why. I mean, usually mid-level guys, but I don't hate getting some more depth there added to Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey. If we can keep Washington again, and then obviously Hamilton, heck yeah, I'm all in on that. We need an edge rusher as well. But one thing I've noticed as being a Ravens fan is that we do like our Penn State players. We do like our Penn State players quite a bit. No.
Oh.
Jalen Reed.
Okay, that's
DB.
not a bad pick either. Yep.
I can see them doing some weird stuff like that. For some reason, I think I don't know why we don't like our edge rushers. I think we need one because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kyle Van Noy is awesome, but he's not getting any younger. Dafe always kind of okay. I mean, he's gotten better for sure. Penn State guy as well, I believe. But I think we could use a little bit more pressure off the edge, but I see us going DB. A lot of the things that I've seen online from the reports and everything have us probably going that route as well. So if we go another Penn State guy, I'm okay with that. I like him. I like Reed.
The good old Penn State guys. What are you picking?
27th.
At 7. I see Malachi Starks on 1. I don't know why you take another safety, but do you need another
right now
one?
we're still trying to. I think we still haven't re-signed our Darius Washington. He was a little. His him and Hamilton in the secondary at the safety spots was absolutely insane. He's the guy that just rocked Russell Wilson's crap when he tried to take off and run on that one play. I mean, dude's he's got to be like 5'9", 5'10", but the guy can just lay the freaking hammer down. I mean, so I think we're still in talks with trying to re-sign him and bring him back. It sounded like we were trending towards getting him back, but I could see if that ends up falling through, we maybe go safety. Because, like I said, our DBs are decent, right? We got Nate Wiggins last year out of Clemson. He looked pretty good when he was healthy. Got a pick six towards the end of the year. I mean, it was kind of a gimmicky one, but you can't. A pick six is a pick six. I'll never complain about that.
Pick six. You don't apologize.
Yeah. And, I mean, Marlon's restructured his contract to clear up some more cap space for us. He had a hell of a year last year as well. Obviously, like I said, Kyle Hamilton. I mean, we also, who the heck did we just sign? A Woozy? I think we signed a Woozy, right? We just signed him from Tennessee. Another old 1-year deal from him. There was one in a perfect world, me being selfish and preferring to watch, offense versus defense. I would love to see us go get like some big bodied wide receiver. I haven't really looked into that because I know the Ravens, that would just be wasting my time because I know that's not where they'll go. But I mean, we got a nursing home DeAndre Hopkins for 1 year, which is the Ravens' specialty, is to go find a big name receiver 5 years past his prime and bring him in. That's kind of our calling card. But I would love to see somebody get in there young, kind of have a year or so to develop, but also be that big frame target for Lamar to kind of complement Bateman and Flowers.
Not a lot of big body receivers in this draft class. It's more burners. Your Matthew Golden, your Tetaro McMillan, your Emeka Ibuka, if you will. Like, even Travis Hunter, if he's going to play wide receiver, which I don't think he's going to in the league, and he's not going to fall to you guys anyway, but
yeah.
Kurt did bring up an interesting point. Justin Simmons is apparently still a free agent.
He is, yeah.
Which I did not know, but
yeah. Sounds like what I've heard, though, is that the Ravens are done. They said they're not making any more splash free agent signings. I know Eric DeCosta's in love with his compensatory picks. Usually we don't do much in the offseason. I mean, what I'll say is our big name splash is we got D-Hop this year, and take that for what it's worth. Like I said, he's over the hill wide receiver, still a good locker room guy, but we may need a kicker, though. We might need a kicker. I won't go into that stuff, but we might need a kicker.
Gonna get into that stuff. Did you see Tyreek Hill? Did you see the Tyreek Hill report before I let you go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, he carried his wife. I see the report is confusing because it says his wife's mom, so his mother-in-law, filed a report. And it says in the report that he carried his daughter to the ledge. So I'm wondering if he carried his wife over to the ledge and is going to chuck her off, or their kid. Either way, that man cannot stop assaulting people. So hopefully,
I'm sure they were just joshing. Who hasn't done that? Come on, just roughhousing. Yeah.
Like that, like that one meme where he's drinking bleach and laughing. It's holding your kid over the edge of a railing and laughing.
Yeah, the guy deserves the benefit of the doubt. I mean, come on, look at spotless track record.
Nothing will lead you to believe he do something like this again.
First, before we draw any judgments on this one, just a top-notch character kind of guy.
Where can they find you on social media platforms, my guy?
Social media platforms. Well, Facebook is one thing. That's obviously just the name Cody Dorman, as DOHRMAN. Obviously, you got my X.com handle there, but that's also the same as my Instagram handle as well. Same thing, CJ Dorman, both of those. So that's where you can find me.
appreciate you coming on, my friend.
I appreciate you having me. I'm not very often I get to talk a whole ton of golf. It's usually just me talking to myself about golf, so it's nice that someone else can listen to me talk about it. Appreciate it.
Enjoyed having you.